All right, so go on your MT4 and type on MT4. So you open your Play Store and you go on your search bar and type on MT4, and then you click on it and you install. It's gonna take some time to install. So after you click on install, you can do where to wait, and when it's installed, you have to click on open. And then when it opens, it's going to automatically ask you if you want to open a demo account. If you want to open a demo account, and if you touch on accept, automatically the MT4 app is going to open a demo account for you, where you can learn how to trade from. This demo account is completely free. And here you can see some currency pairs. For example, this came with 100,000 demo account. And you can, yeah, you can see some currency pairs that already came with the app. If you want, you can edit it to the currency pairs that you prefer by deleting the ones you do not want to. So, for example, I like to use Euro USD, GBP USD, and AUD USD. So to take off the ones you do not need, all you have to do is delete the ones you do not need. So how to do that is you have to touch on the pencil icon. So that one, you touch on the pencil icon, and then you touch on the waste bin. And then you touch on that other icon there to select everything. So once you touch it, it's going to select everything, and then you're going to unselect the ones you need and leave the other ones you do not need selected. So for example, I'm going to unselect AUD, Euro USD, GBP USD, and AUD USD. And then I'm going to touch on the waste bin to delete every other thing that I do not need. And just like that, I have the ones I need. So in case I want to add something else that I need, all I have to do is touch on the pencil. For example, this is the MT4 demo. So on Forex, you can find more stuff. You can even find gold, which I also trade, which is XAUUSD. And all you have to do is touch on it, and it's going to disappear, and you're going to find it on the quotes. So all you have to do is touch on plus, touch on Forex if you're using the MT4 demo app, and then touch the gold, and it's going to disappear. And when you come back, you're going to find it right there among the pairs that you have selected to use. So when you touch on that place, you're gonna, yeah, this is how it works. So yeah, so on the link or on the description of this video, you're gonna find a link to a broker that I use, and you can register with this broker either to open a live account or a demo account. For the purpose of this video, I have opened a demo account to show you how to log in a brokerage account into your MT4 app if you do not want to use the one provided by the application, which is better. I mean, this one from the brokerage is better. So all you have to do is click on the link, register, and then the broker is going to send you login details, and then you have to touch on that place, touch on manage account, and then you're going to log in, and then you're going to touch on the plus icon, and then you're going to touch on login to an existing account. And after you touching on that, you're going to have to search the name of the broker. So remember, the name of the broker was Vantage International Demo. So take note of that, and now you can go back to the MT4 application and search for Vantage International Demo. If that is what it gives you, depending on your country, it will give you different server names. So I'm going to look for the one that I need, which is Vantage International Demo. And yeah, and once I find it, I'm just gonna have to select it once by tapping on it, and then here you can see that I can log in with my login and my password, and that is the server name, just as it is written on the email from the broker. So now all I have to do is copy the login, which is the account number, and then paste it on the app. So I'm going to copy the account number, go back on the app. On login, I have to paste the account number. So I'm going to click and paste. And then I'm going to go back to my email and copy the password for the account. I'm going to copy the password, go back to my MT4 and paste the password. And then I'm going to make sure that I have the password saved, and then I'm going to click on sign in. So to make sure that the account remains logged in, make sure that you have that saved, and then you click on sign in. And then once you click on sign in, it might take some time for the account to load and sign in. It's going to be showing connecting. So do well to wait for some time, depending on your server, your internet connection and everything, and it's going to be logged in. Then you're going to find your name, and you're going to find the amount of money you've chosen to have on the demo account. For example, I choose 10,000 euros for this demo account for the purpose of education. And then when you touch on that place, it's gonna bring you to the account balance section, where you can find your account balance and everything. And just like on the demo account that came with the MT4 app, you're going to find a lot of quotations or currency pairs that you do not need, like these ones. So what you have to do is delete the ones you do not need. You want to delete the ones you do not need and leave the ones you need. And to do that, you have to follow the same process that we did before. For example, I like to leave my Euro USD, GBP USD, and AUD USD. And all you have to do is click on that pencil icon, touch on your waste bin, and then touch on it to select everything. Touch on that place, and now unselect the things you need and leave the things you do not need selected, so you can delete them all at once. So I select now I have the currency pairs that I need. And to add my favorite currency pair, the one I'm always trading, I'm going to have to touch on the plus icon. And then I'm going to look for, on Vantage FX, gold is described as gold plus. So you touch on it, and then you look for XAU USD plus, which is gold versus US dollar. You select it once and it's going to disappear. And when you go back to the quotation, to go back, you have to touch there or touch on the upper side. And then it's going to bring you back to quotation, where you can find the currency pairs you've chosen. And these are the ones I have chosen. So yeah, these are the currency pairs I like to trade. But most of the times I'm trading gold. Most of the times I'm usually trading gold. Sometimes I trade the rest of them, but I am more of a gold trader, if you know me. So that is how it works. And yeah. So if you want to add more, you can always touch on the plus icon. You can add cryptocurrency, commodities, and whatever you want to add. CFDs, you can add anything you want. But yeah, that is that. So that is how that works. So for you to go into the charts of the currency pairs, for example, let's say I want to go into the chart of gold. All I have to do is left click, like when you're scrolling on Instagram and you have to just swipe left. So all you have to do is swipe left, and you're going to be inside the chart of gold. You can see up there it says XAU USD. So you're in the chart. And if you want to go back to where you can find the quotes, just touch on that icon and it's going to bring you back to where you can find other currency pairs. And to go into AUD USD, the same thing. Swipe left and you're in AUD USD chart. The same thing for GBP USD and the same thing for Euro USD. You can always do the same thing to go into the chart to see the chart, the graphics of a particular currency pair. So you can move your chart either to the left or to the right to be able to view it properly. And to do that, all you have to do is tap on the screen until that white line comes up. Don't lift your hand, and then move it left or move it right. You can move it to whichever way you want. I don't think you can move it up. You can only do that on the MT5, but you can move it left and right to be able to see the graph or the charts properly. And this is called a time frame. This is called the time frame. That's the 1 minute time frame, 5 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame, 30 minutes time frame, 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame, the daily time frame, weekly time frame, and the monthly time frame. And what this means is that when I click on the 1 minute time frame, I can see what the market is doing in 1 minute. When I click on the 5 minutes time frame, I can see what the market is doing in 5 minutes, in 15 minutes, what the market is doing in 30 minutes, what the market has been doing in the last 1 hour, what the market is doing within this 4 hour, what the market has been doing today, what the market has been doing since this week, and what the market has been doing since this month. So by clicking on this time frame, you can see what the market is doing in a given time. And that icon over there is used to say instrument that you can use to make analysis, that you can use to draw the chart. And this other one here, this plus icon, is used to find price. So let's say, for example, I was trying to look for a particular price to place an order, or a particular price to see what price is there. I can just use that icon. I can either touch it from the top side, or I can just tap my screen once and select touch on the plus icon, and I can use it to find price at any given time. So that is how that one works. Yeah, so you can either use it from the top, or you can tap on your screen and use it from the time frame. And for that, the instrument, how you can use that is by tapping your screen once. Let's say I want to put my stop loss around that place, but I don't know what price is saying there. So what I do is tap on my screen, for example, or I want to put a mark there. I want to put a mark there. So I just type on the horizontal symbol. I come back on my chart, and then I just tap once on where I want the line to be. And just like that, I have placed a line to indicate, a particular point. Let's say I want to put a mark on that particular point. So now I have put the mark by using that symbol. And let's say I want to mark out the top of the chart too. I want to mark the bottom and the top of that movement. So I want to mark the trend, the movements, the movement of the price. So now I have a mark on the bottom and a mark on the top. In this way, I'm able to keep trace of the market's movement. And just like that, I can decide to buy the bottom or sell the top if the market was in a consolidation. And if I want to edit, like change the color or delete it, all I have to do is press and hold, touch on the pencil icon, and I can even change the color of the line. I can change it to green to signify, oh, buy, and then leave the top one on red to signify sell, or I can always touch on it and select whatever colors I want. So that's how it works. And if I want to delete it, I just have to press and hold and touch on the waste bin icon, and it's going to be deleted. So that's how that works. And if you touch on the F, there you can find indicators. For example, there is this indicator that I like to use a lot. It's called the Bollinger Band indicator. So all you have to do is touch on the F. For example, touch on the F, and it brings you in. On the main chart, you touch on that F symbol with the plus, and you select it, and you just touch on the Bollinger Band indicator. Just tap once, and it brings you in, and just touch on done. And just like that, when you go back to the chart, you have the 3 Bollinger Band lines that I use to trade sometimes, most of the times. So that is how you apply the Bollinger Band line on your chart. And to place a trade, all you have to do is touch that place. And you can decide to place a trade with 1.00, or you can decide to change your lot size or contract size. And all you have to do that is to edit it. Like, you can touch on it, cancel everything, and select how much you want to use to buy. 2.00. You can even decide to buy with 3.00. You can even decide to buy with 4.00, depending on your account size and how much you can use to buy. You can even decide to go with 0.01. You can decide to do 0.02, 0.03, you know, even 0.04, you know. You can even decide to do 10.0, 0.10, you know. And you can decide to put whatever amount, even 0.50. For example, I'm going to try to buy gold with 0.50. Let's see how that works out. So I see that gold is buying, so I'm just going to click on buy. And just like that, my order is open. And you can see that the line, yeah, there you can see my entry point. It makes a line in the chart and shows you where you got in at. And if price goes above my entry line, I get in profit. So you can see here my open trade, and up there you can see how much I'm gonna make when you subtract the commission from what I'm currently making. You will see that I'm gonna be making around whatever is on the upper side, 11, 12, depending, because the market is fluctuating. But that is how it works. And if I want to close, all I have to do is press and hold, touch on close order, hit on that close order and close with profit. If it's with lose, they're still going to tell you to close with lose. If it's profit, they're going to tell you to close with profit. And once you hit that, just like that, you've closed your trade. And to see your trade that you've closed, all you have to do is go on that section, and here you can find your trade history. You can find your daily by touching on the calendar. You can select how the period of time, you know, that you want to see the history for. So that is how that works. So if I want to sell, you know, or let's say I want to buy, I already bought. Now how to set stop loss and take profit. So let's decide I want to set my stop loss around that place and my take profit on the upper side. So what do? So I'm touch on that plus icon, remember, to find the price. So let's say I want to put my my take profit at 1829, maybe. Let's say 1830. Let's say 1829, 1830. So, and I want to put my stop loss at 1825. So what I do is go back on the trade, press and hold the trade, touch on modify order. And then the left side is to set stop loss. When price gets to this point, I don't want to lose more than that. And the right side is to set take profit. When price gets to this point, I want it to close in profit. So the stop loss was 1825, and the take profit was 1830. So this is how you set it. So when price gets to this point, I want it to close in profit. So 1830. And after doing that, all I have to do is hit on modify. And once I hit on modify, just like that, my order has been modified. And if you go on the chart, you can see the stop loss line and the take profit line has been present. It's present in the chart, and you can see, and you can even feel safe, you know, not worry, because once price get to that place, it's automatically going to close by itself. So that is how that works. And if I want to close this trade, for example, all I have to do is do the same thing I did when I wanted to close it, press and hold, and then close order, you know, and boom, you can close it. Let's say the trade was going against you and you didn't want to hold it. All you have to do is do that.